We're in Cuba City. There's a John Deere dealership. Thank you, Mrs. Yogi. Got a used car dealership over there. It says population on the sign, 2,138. We are coming in from the south. There's a cemetery. There's a Dollar General. This town is known for its city of presidents that line the street. And we're going to check that out. We've driven through here a couple times. I filmed a little bit here last night driving through. But we're going to do a proper walk through downtown. Some demographics. Check out some whatever they got to offer down here. And there's the city of presidents. The first is welcome. And it'll show you some presidents. And we are now downtown. John Adams. George W. Bush. Gas, I think that's 39. $3.39 a gallon. So the first thing we'll check out here is this clock. Cuba City State Bank. It's the chimes of time. This clock, it was a Cuba City landmark and installed by the Cuba City State Bank at 100 North Main in 1953 to commemorate the bank's 50th anniversary. This was one of the finest clock chimes that could be purchased at the time. In addition to keeping the correct time, the clock would also chime every quarter hour and strike on the hour. On the full hour, the chimes would sound 16 times. Eventually, the chimes had to be turned off because the residents complained that the ringing kept them awake. It was moved a couple times, and then money was raised to have it put here. So there it is. Cuba City State Bank. We are here in the presidential courtyard. And look, a caboose. That's one fine caboose. That's a nice caboose you got there, Cuba City. Hey, get your mind out of the gutter. Abraham Lincoln, wooden Abraham Lincoln. He's kind of splitting. The whistle post. Wayside railroad signs were once a common sight along the railroad tracks. In the classic railroad area, each company usually had their own style of wayside signs they used. The one which became universal was the whistle post. The whistle post was a concrete post around 4 feet tall with a large W engraved or painted on it. This meant the railroad engineers were to start sounding the whistle. Usually 2 long, 1 short, 1 long. The whistle post was usually placed 1/4 mile in advance of a road crossing, rail yards with men working bridges, tunnels, and other points. The engineer would keep sounding the whistles until the train reached the crossing. Caboose is not open. It's only open on Saturdays from Memorial Day through Labor Day. So, City of Presidents. Originally, Cuba City was known for its Parade of Presidents. This was in reference to a bicentennial community project commemorating our nation's 200th birthday in the year 1976. And it says some other stuff, but if you want to read it all, you can pause it. What's in here? Oh, flyers or pamphlets. Nice. One thing about this caboose, it's going nowhere and it's always on time. What's inside the caboose, you ask? The highlight of the inside display is a shield signed by President Bush when he spoke at our high school in 2004. Also shown is the bell from the Red School, the last to close in this area. There's lots of pictures documenting Cuba City's history. Nice. I don't know if we can look inside. I'm gonna put the camera up here. What's it look like up there? Does it look cool? Good. You got commemorative bricks here. People have purchased. Ah, Ulysses S. Grant. Just visited Ulysses S. Grant's hometown of Galena, Illinois. I don't really understand this. It looks like a river, but I don't know what the purpose of this is. So there's the caboose. We got a railroad crossing sign over here. We all know what they do. Nice little gazebo to have your lunch in if you want. Over here we got a speeder car with tools. There you go, speeder car. Let's take a look at the tools. Yikes, that must be a jack of some sort. Look at all those tools. Got crowbar, spike driver, railroad pick. Hey, lots of stuff in there. All rusted. Got a milk train. Baggage milk cart. The semaphore signal, traffic signal. It is a city, partially in both Grant and Lafayette counties in Wisconsin. I told you what the population was when we came in, but it says a different number, 2010 census. It is nicknamed the City of Presidents because of the presidential banners displayed along the city's main street. So this, I don't think this is still here anymore. It says the depot, but yeah, that's not a depot. That's not a bar or nothing. That looks like a deck. It used to be a patio. Not anymore. Let's do some demographics, shall we? The racial makeup of this town: 99.1% white, 0.2% African American, 0.1% Native American, 0.1% Asian, and 0.5% from 2 or more races. Hispanic or Latino, 0.5% of the population. So here's an antique place. So it's closing, unfortunately. And they're closed. And here's one of the signs up here. That's Lyndon B. Johnson right there. From 1963 to 69. 56.1% of people here are married couples living together. 6.7% had a female householder with no husband present. And 33.9% were non-families. Median income for a household, $38,750. Males had a median income of $30,884 versus $21,359 for females. About 5.9% of families and 8.8% of the population were below the poverty line, including 17.8% of those under age 18 and 4.3% of those 65 and older. Gender makeup of the city is 48.6% male, 51.4% female. The median age of the city is 40.9 years. Notable people. We have Judd Conlon, music arranger for Walt Disney, was born here in Cuba City. He was born in 1910 and he passed away in 1966. He did work with a group called the Rhythmaries and ended up recording lots of stuff, including background vocals for Bing Crosby and Walt Disney's The Legend of Sleepy Hollow from The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad, released in 1949. He also did the theme music of The Many Lives of Dobie Gillis. We got Chuck Harris, born October 7th, 1961. He is a former American football player. He played for the Chicago Bears during the 1987 season. He was an offensive lineman, defensive lineman. Yeah, the rest are senators and all that other fun stuff. So that's it for demographics and notable people and loud trucks. So this is Nick's breakfast and lunch. We ate here at Nick's this morning. Walked in. Food was all right. I had eggs Benedict. Food was okay. The staff was pretty slow at first. And then they apologized for it. Then they were pretty quick to bring our stuff out, but weren't very friendly. So, I don't know. Take it for what it's worth. The food was okay. We got a bar called the Dead End. Actually, this was a bar here, Margarita Blitz. That's for sale right now. So the Dead End, I don't even think that's open either. Or it might be. I don't know. Don't look like it. You got Midwest Nutrition, Hometown here, Antiques Unlimited over there. There's 2 presidents per sign. So Harry S. Truman's on this side. Franklin D. Roosevelt is on that side. So that's about it for downtown here. And Cuba City. But they are known because they have presidents on the posts, on the light posts. That's their claim to fame. And a caboose. Cuba City's got a real nice caboose. So that building there says Fiedler Brothers, or Felder, no, Fielder, 1905. It says Pub Grub, it's Coach's Pub Grub and Treats. That's going to do it for Cuba City.